students. My name is Dr. Shweta Chaudhary from ABES Engineering College. And today's topic of discussion is inverse or reciprocal of a square matrix from Unit 1 Matrices from the subject Engineering Mathematics 1. So let's get started. First, what is the definition of inverse of a matrix? Let A be a square matrix, and if there exists a square matrix B such that A into B or B into A is equals to unit matrix, then matrix B is called inverse of a matrix A. Here A is called invertible, while matrix B is called inverse of a matrix A. So we can write B is equals to A inverse, where A must be a non-singular matrix. If A is a non-singular matrix, then only its inverse exists. So here A must be a non-singular matrix. It must be a non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix. A must be a non-singular matrix. It means if you find the determinant of A, it should not be equals to 0. If it exists, we may say A is a non-singular matrix and its inverse will exist. So if we are having a matrix A and B, and A multiplied by B is equals to I, then B is called inverse of matrix A. Also, A into A inverse or A inverse into A is equals to I. Okay. Now, next one is these are the properties of inverse or reciprocal of a matrix A. The first one is the inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is unique. First one is if matrix A is a non-singular matrix, then only its inverse exists, and if it exists, then A inverse is always a unique matrix. Unique. It means you will get a inverse in a unique manner. It means if you are having a matrix A, then it's only one inverse exists. Second one is A must be a non-singular matrix, as we have already discussed. If a matrix is a non-singular matrix, then only its inverse exists, and inverse is always unique. Unique. We cannot get 2, 3 or more inverse of a matrix A. We'll get a single inverse of a matrix A. It is a unique matrix. It is unique. Third one is A inverse is equals to adjoint of matrix A upon determinant of A. Fourth one is determinant of A inverse is equals to A determinant of A whole inverse. Both the same things. Fifth one is A into A inverse is equals to A inverse into A is equals to I. Sixth one is A inverse inverse. It means inverse of A inverse is equals to A. Seventh one is AB whole inverse is equals to B inverse into A inverse. And the last one is A transpose inverse, means inverse of A transpose is equals to transpose of A inverse. Both are the same thing. These are the properties of inverse. The first one is inverse of a matrix is always unique. We can't get 2, 3, 4 inverses of a matrix A. Second one is A must be a non-singular matrix. Then A inverse is equals to adjoint of A, and so on. The next one is inverse of a matrix by E operations, or the name of the method is Gauss-Jordan method. This is the method we are going to use in this topic. The name is Gauss-Jordan method. What is this method? The elementary row transformations which reduce a square matrix A to the unit matrix, when applied to the unit matrix, gives inverse matrix A inverse. Method to find A inverse. What is the method? First, we have to write A equivalent I. Here A is the given matrix and I is the unit matrix or identity matrix. What we need to do? We will have to apply only and only row operations. Then we will have to apply only row, or we can say only column. So here we are going to apply only row operations, convert matrix A into identity matrix. We will have to apply these row operations in matrix A as well as at the same time in matrix I. It means if you are going to interchange any row in matrix A, the same operation you will have to apply in the matrix I. So all the operations must be applied in both the matrices at the same time. Then the matrix A will reduce into identity matrix, and this identity matrix will convert into the another matrix which is called A inverse, and you will get your answer from there. So what we are going to do? First we write the formula. The formula is A equivalent I. Then we need to convert A matrix into identity matrix. To convert matrix A into identity matrix, we will have to apply only row operation. We will apply row operation into matrix A as well as at the same time into matrix I. The matrix A will convert into I and the I matrix will convert into A inverse. Then A inverse would be our answer. So what we are going to do? First write A inverse equivalent, this formula. Then convert this A matrix into identity matrix, and this identity matrix will convert into another matrix which is called A inverse, and that would be our answer. So convert to find A inverse, we need to apply only and only row operations in A matrix and identity matrix. This is called Gauss-Jordan method. So now we are going to convert matrix A into identity matrix. What would be the procedure? The procedure is very same. First, you need to make first element as 1 by using row operation. When you get this one, you need to make 0 below this one. You need to make 0 all the elements below this one. That would be the first procedure. After this, you need to make this diagonal element 1 by using row operation. Then by using this one, you will have to convert above element as 0 and the below element as 0 by using row operation. After this, you need to convert this diagonal element as 1, and then by using this diagonal element, you need to convert this element 0. Above elements must be converted into 0. That would be the whole process. So first operation will apply here, second operation here, third one is here, fourth operation you need to apply here, fifth one is here, sixth operation is here, seventh operation here, eighth one and nine. These would be the sequence to convert elements into either one or in zero. So this would be the process or procedure to make A to convert A into matrix I. This is called matrix I. Again, I'm going to repeat what we need to do. First of all, if you are having a matrix A, first of all, let us consider the matrix is of 3 by 3 order. What would you like to do? You will have to convert first element as 1 by using row operation. Then with the help of this first, this one, you will convert all the below element into 0. Then again make diagonal element 1, then make above and below element as 0 with the help of this one. Again make this diagonal element as 1 by using row operation. With the help of this one, make above all the elements as 0. So you will get identity matrix. You will have to follow this process only to get the A inverse. Next one is we are having this example. Question is, find the inverse of a matrix A. We are having a matrix A. By using Gauss-Jordan method, we are going to find the inverse of a matrix A. So the question is, employing elementary row transformations, find the inverse of a matrix A. So first of all, we will have to use this formula, that is A equivalent I. Then put the value of A here and the value of identity matrix here. Then you will have to first make this element as 1. But here we are seeing it is 0 and 1 is below this 0. So we can interchange R1 and R2 to shift this one from here to there. So I am going to apply this operation R1 interchanged by R2. We will have to apply this operation in this matrix A as well as in this identity matrix I. After applying this operation, we'll get these two matrices and we'll get one here. Now this is the time to make below elements as 0. Here you can see we are having already 0. Now only 3 is to be converted into the 0. So operation will apply into R3 and the operation would be R3 minus 3R1. When we apply this operation, this 3 will become into 0. We'll apply this operation in matrix A as well as in matrix this one. Then we'll get 0 here. Now you can see we'll get all two zeros and 1 here. Now this is the time to make this diagonal 1. It is already 1. So no need to change this one. Now what we need to do with the help of this one, we are going to change this minus 5 into 0 and 2 into 0. So we are using these two operations in R1 row and R3 row. You can see, and with the help of these operations, we get two zeros here and here. Now, finally, the last, these two need to be converted into 1, and this is the time to apply this operation R1 plus R3 by 2. When we use this operation, we will convert this, or we can before making this 2 we can make the above element 0 if you wish. Then we are using we are converting these two zeros. After that, at last, we are making this element 1. We can change only this step if you wish. Otherwise, what we need to do, first we should convert 2 into 1, and then with the help of this one, we should convert these two elements into zeros. But it's okay if you are doing this step. Then now you will get 1 here. You can see this matrix is identity matrix of 3 by 3 order, and this matrix is called A inverse. So this is the A inverse that is unique. You cannot change even a single element. Even you cannot change a negative sign. The answer should be like this. This is a unique solution. All students must have this solution only. If they are using different methods, then only the answer should be unique. The answer must be the same. This is the answer. These are the few questions along with the answer for practice. You can practice these questions to check your to test your knowledge. These are the references. Disclaimer. Thank you, everyone.